This is the story of how Spain colonized the Philippines for more than 300 years. Our story begins in the year 1521. European explorers were searching for new trade routes. One explorer was Ferdinand Magellan, sailing for Spain. Magellan traveled across the Pacific Ocean. In March 1521, his expedition reached the Philippines. The newcomers met local communities living in the islands. They exchanged gifts and supplies. Magellan also introduced Christianity. Some local leaders accepted the new religion, but not everyone wanted foreign influence. On Mactan Island, a battle took place between Magellan's forces and local warriors. The local leader, Lapu-Lapu, resisted the Spanish expedition. Magellan was killed in the battle. The remaining expedition eventually left. Spain returned several decades later. Miguel López de Legazpi led a new Spanish expedition. This time, Spain began establishing permanent settlements. Cebu became one of the first Spanish centers. Some local rulers cooperated with the Spanish for political and economic reasons. Spanish control slowly expanded across many islands. Missionaries traveled throughout the islands. Churches became important centers of community life. Christianity spread to many regions. By the late 16th century, Spanish influence had grown significantly throughout much of the archipelago. Spanish leaders chose Manila as the center of colonial government. Its location made it important for trade and administration. In 1571, Manila officially became the capital of the Spanish colony. Spanish authorities built forts and government buildings in the city. A walled district called Intramuros became the colonial center. Spain introduced the encomienda system. Under this system, Spanish officials received rights to collect tribute from local communities. In return, they were expected to provide protection and religious instruction. Many Filipinos were required to pay tribute. Tribute could be paid using goods, crops, or money. For many families, these obligations were difficult. Colonial authorities also required labor for public projects. This labor system became known as Polo y Servicio. Workers helped build roads, ships, churches, and other structures. Some communities experienced heavy burdens from these policies. Despite these challenges, daily life continued throughout the islands. Many Filipinos worked as farmers and fishermen. Others became artisans, traders, or community leaders. Local traditions continued alongside Spanish influences. Spanish and Filipino cultures gradually interacted and mixed. One major economic activity was the Manila-Acapulco galleon trade. Large ships traveled between the Philippines and Mexico. Goods from Asia were transported across the Pacific Ocean. The trade connected the Philippines to a growing global network. While trade brought wealth to some groups, many ordinary people saw limited benefits. Spanish colonial society was divided into different social groups. Spaniards born in Spain usually held the highest positions. Some Spaniards were born in the Philippines. Certain local leaders kept important roles in their communities. Most Filipinos worked in farming, fishing, and local trades. Agriculture remained the foundation of daily life for many families. Catholic friars became influential figures during Spanish rule. Many friars helped spread Christianity throughout the islands. Some friars also documented local languages and customs. Churches often served as centers for both religion and education. Schools gradually became available in some communities. Reading and writing skills became more widespread over time. Education helped shape future generations of Filipinos. Some higher learning institutions were established during this period. Trade attracted merchants from different parts of Asia. Chinese merchants played an important role in the economy. Markets became places where cultures and goods mixed together. New ideas, products, and traditions spread through trade. Not all regions accepted Spanish control in the same way. Spanish forces often fought conflicts with Muslim communities in the south. These struggles continued for many generations. Across the islands, some communities resisted colonial policies. Resistance often grew when people felt they were treated unfairly. Several local revolts occurred during Spanish rule. Although most revolts were unsuccessful, they showed that many Filipinos continued to seek greater freedom. By the 19th century, the Philippines was beginning to change. Trade with other countries increased during this period. New economic opportunities connected the islands to the wider world. Agricultural exports, such as sugar and tobacco, became increasingly important. More Filipinos gained access to higher levels of education. Educated Filipinos began discussing reforms and equal rights. Newspapers and publications helped share new political ideas. Reform advocates became part of what is known as the propaganda movement. These reformers wanted peaceful changes within the Spanish system. One of the most influential reformers was José Rizal. Rizal used his writings to discuss problems he observed in society. His novels encouraged many Filipinos to think about reform. His ideas spread among educated communities throughout the islands. In 1892, Rizal helped organize La Liga Filipina. The organization encouraged cooperation and peaceful reform efforts. Soon after, Rizal was arrested and exiled by colonial authorities. Some Filipinos believed stronger action was now necessary. A secret organization called the Katipunan was formed in 1892. Andrés Bonifacio became one of its most important leaders. In 1896, revolutionary activity against Spanish rule began openly. The Philippine Revolution spread to different regions of the country. Later that year, José Rizal was executed in Manila. Rizal's death inspired many Filipinos to continue seeking independence. In 1898, Spanish rule in the Philippines came to an end following the Spanish-American War. The Spanish colonial period left lasting influences on Philippine culture, religion, language, and history that can still be seen today. Understanding this history helps us appreciate how the Philippines changed over time and how Filipinos worked towards self-determination and nationhood. That's all for today. Thank you for watching, and kindly support my channel for more videos.